Alright, this is our lesson today in I'm going to show you a couple things in Rails console and embedded Ruby. Alright, so I guess we'll start with Rails console. Let me back out of here. Oops, quit. Alright, so if you go to the directory that your app is located in, so let's say I'm at this is basic Linux stuff, and this tutorial is not really to teach you Linux, and you don't need to know a whole lot of Linux, but you do need to know how to get around, how to navigate in Linux. So I'll go over some of this stuff, but there's also Linux tutorials out there, and who knows, maybe I'll do one in the future. But for now, just basic stuff like CD means change directory. So if I want to go from root to so ls means list subdirectories, I believe. So ls is a command that you can use like in Windows. You can do dir in the command prompt in Windows. ls is the equivalent in Linux. So anyway, ls will show you what is in that folder. So if I go, and CD is change directory, so I'm changing directory to root, right? And then I do ls, and it shows me what's there. Not much, right? So my app is actually in home, so I go CD home, and then I can do ls, and it shows me the folders and files that are in there. So now I go into, and it's case sensitive, so I go type the capital B, and then I can hit tab, and it'll see. Let me show you that again. So if I type capital B, then I hit tab, and it completes it for me if it can positively identify if there's only one capital B folder or file, then it'll just complete it for me. So anyway, so now that I'm in there, I'm in the app directory. So now I just type Rails C for console, and now, so the app is over here, and it is a basic blog site, and it hasn't been styled or anything. It's just got the basic functionality where you can see a blog post, title, description, and then if you click on show, it'll take you to that specific post. So if I typed a whole lot of nothing in here, so now if I go back, this is showing me all of the posts, right? And there's 3. But if I want to see the specific one, I'll click on show, and it takes me to that specific one. This is Rails console, but everything in Rails is also just pure Ruby. So in Ruby there are methods. So everything is an object. Everything is an object. So I can call any type of methods on the object, and it lists all of the things that you can do with that object. So now what I can do is, Ruby makes it cool, Rails makes it easy. I can go post.first or post.first, post.last. I can call a variable on it, p equals post.last. I can do post.find3, post.find2. I thought there were 3, but there's only 2, I guess. I can even change it. Okay, so post. So here's what we can do. P equals post.last, p.title. So now I can change that if I wanted to. In this console, I could go p.title equals new title. Now, if I go over to my app, it will not, let me go back, it will not have that in there because I didn't save it. So t.save. Now if I refresh over here, the title is new title. So let's see what else. There's a lot of stuff you can do with Rails console. I mean, sometimes it's helpful to get in if you just need to change something quick and dirty, because there's a value that's not correct. It's not advisable to do too much of that, but it does come in handy, and there are definitely times when you're going to need to do that. Let's see, what else can I show you here? Post.all. All right, and so the next thing I want to show you is embedded Ruby. So I want to show you how this works. So remember, the post in this case is it's like a variable. It's an instance variable, actually. So this at post, the at sign means it's an instance variable. So this refers to this instance of a post. So a post is a thing. Let me go back. A post is a thing. You know what? And I'm going to change this so it's not taking up my whole screen. And how am I going to do that? I'm going to use Rails console. All right. So post dot first. Yeah. So p equals post dot first. P dot type. Is it the title? No, the description. See that long description? Now I'm going to go p dot description equals new description. P dot save. So now if I refresh, it won't be taking up my whole page like that. All right. So now if I look at this specific post, okay, so wait, let me go back. So in here, this is embedded Ruby, which shows up in your browser as HTML because the Rails server interprets the Ruby that's in this file and it generates the HTML file right here. So this, what we're looking at right here, corresponds and basically points to this. All right, so what I want to show you is this is going to render out as HTML. So the title here, this line here, is just this right here. And this line here, line 5, over on in our Sublime text, this instance variable corresponds with this right here. So we have the object post, and then it has this method, the title method. You could say it's an attribute. Let's call it an attribute. So post.title, post.description, you could have post.id, post.image, whatever you give it, whatever attributes you give your object of post, you can render it as HTML. And this right here is how you tag embedded Ruby. So that's why I wanted to show you this, because if I did just a basic a basic Ruby method that's available throughout the language of Ruby. Upcase is it's just basic Ruby. I think we went over that in the first lesson. And up here I could do dot reverse. I believe that's the right syntax. Okay, just trying to show you some basic stuff. I'm going to save that file, and then if I refresh over here, look what we have. You see that? It's description backwards and new backwards. You know, of course, now you wouldn't really want to do that, but I'm just showing you that in your HTML.erb files, you have the full capability of Ruby in these files. So now if I save this, this will no longer be backwards, but it will be capitalized. Okay. And another thing you could do, I mean, if you want, so another thing here is, like I said, this is just embedded Ruby. So it renders its HTML. So if I don't include this percent equal here, I can just type out basic text. Let me save that, and look. You see, so you can do, you have full access. That's one of the main points that I wanted to show you, is that unlike some other frameworks or, you know, build it yourself type of website builders where you're locked in, you are not locked in with Rails. With Rails, you have, it's all pure Ruby, so you can do anything you want. That's kind of one of the main points I wanted to show you. So you can add, so you know, so this is an instance variable, but you can also just add I think this will work. Can't remember. It should work. Yeah. So you just add a space there to fix that. So I mean, it's just that you can do look, you can even do this. I'm gonna add a space there, and then just do 2 times 2. Oh, no. I thought that, let's see, how can I do that? It's because, oh, that's why. No, in 2 times 2. So this whole thing is a string. So I wonder, how can I do, oh, I know what I can do. Alright, so scratch that. Alright, but watch this. Pretty sure this will work. If not, I'll just edit this out. Yeah. So, I mean, you know, everything you can do in Ruby, I mean, it's a full-on programming language. You can do anything and everything in Ruby, and you have complete access to it through your HTML.erb files. So that's really just all I think I wanted to show you today, or in this lesson. And I think if you understand what you now have the power to do, this is actually a really big deal, and it's fun and it's empowering because you can do anything you need to do with Ruby and Rails. Alright, that's it guys. Thanks for watching.